Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deborah Amaechi. On this channel, I create content around my faith, my growth process, my belief system, everything. Basically, I share lessons. Everything I learn, I bring it to this channel. Yes, because I think they are going to help you too. So please check out my contents, because these are the contents that you deserve. They're going to help you grow. They'll help you see life better, and you basically just enjoy them. Yes, I do some vlogs sometimes. Normally I don't, it's been so long I did intro, but I just felt like a number of people started following my channel recently, so I felt the need to, like, let's mix up, let's get to know each other. So tell me about yourself in the comment section. What do you do? What's your name? What are your interests? I just want to know every and anything at all. Yes, so without further ado, before further ado, there's something I want to say. DeeXchefK is running a 1 week physical intensive breakfast training for people who want to start breakfast businesses. Who is DeeXchefK? DeeXchefK is a food service business, and they are tested and trusted. Like, all you have to do to participate in this training is to pay for the class. Equipment to be provided for you, ingredients to be provided for you, and it's a physical class. It's not like an online class. So while you are there, if you make a mistake, you're obviously going to get corrected and you get things right. It's the beginning of the year. You've always wanted to start a business. You've always enjoyed cooking, so make a business out of this hobby of yours this year. Remember to use my code to register for this class. I'll be leaving my code in the description, but my code is DeeXchefK without space. So remember to use my code, and I'll see you when you start making your millions. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video proper. Today I'm going to be summarizing a book, The 4 Agreements. Please check out you'll find the details of the book in the description below. Why am I reviewing this book? I read this book and I was blown away, and I'm like, I'm going to have to review this book on my channel, but I didn't just feel like I'm there yet. But right now I have to quickly brush through the book again to come review it on this channel, because this is the beginning of the year. It's about time to actually like read things that would help you, that will cause a mind shift and help you navigate better this year. So the 4 agreements basically is like the title actually says, is split into 4 important parts, but then it has a prologue and a conclusion. So the book begins with explaining how humans, every child born and everybody, explaining how we are connected to this, how everything on earth is connected to one thing, that's God, the source of one thing, who created the force that created the universe, and how we are interrelated, and how we are born and we are just plain canvas, and how how it's getting so much. So what this is saying basically is that we are born on earth and we are just a plain canvas, and our experiences, our socialization from birth start to shape us and start to domesticate us. Do you understand? So this cultural shaping, this shaping we get from our culture is what forms our agreements, and our agreements are our beliefs. These are what forms our agreements. But this book basically recommended 4 basic agreements that would help you navigate life better and live a better life. As we go further, I'm going to be sharing. Okay, I think this is where I leave my disclaimer. Please just know that I just want to put it out that a book is a gift that everyone can open. So I'll advise that you also pick up this book and read this book and see for yourself. My opinions and experiences and lessons are personal to me. You can take them as yours too, but don't hold them as gospel. So pick up this book, read it for yourself too, because I assure you will enjoy it, and it's going to cause a mindset shifts. Yes, and also, side facts, this is the first of a series of 3 videos. I'm going to be like dropping 2 more books that have helped shaped my mindset. Yes, so grab all of these books. When you see these videos, consume them, grab the books, read them, and live your best life. So back to the first agreement, back to the first agreement of the 4 agreement. Back to the book. I've not even started before. Why am I distracted? I'm trying to align my thoughts. I'm sorry. So back to the 4 agreements. So it's talking about how these experiences shapes our agreements, and this agreement like shapes the way we see life, basically. So the first agreement is be impeccable with your words. Be impeccable with your words. And impeccable, the big word there is impeccable. So I like to explain this. Impeccable came from the Latin, has its roots in the Latin word impeccatus, which means sin. Impeccatus means sin, and im means without. So be without sin with your words. And now, what is sin? Sin is anything you do against your own self, according to what I read in the book, which I buy into. So sin is anything you do against your own self. So when you believe things, when you participate in activities that are against your own self, that are against your conscience, you actually commit sin. So when you commit sin against yourself with your words, like when you say things that are against you with your own words, you are committing a sin. Do you get? So this says be impeccable with your words. And why is it so? Because the words are very, the word that you speak is, I feel like the words of the mouth are the most, like, it's like the most powerful force on earth. Like the whole universe was created with just words. Like God says, let there be light. John says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. And without it, nothing was made that was made. Without the words, let there be light, and there was light. Do you get? So the words, your words, I'm sure you've heard this like constantly, but let me just reinforce it, and let this book reinforce it. Your words are very powerful. It's just like you meeting somebody and saying, you meet an old friend that actually like values your opinion. You say, oh, this mark in your face looks like the mark of somebody that's going to have cancer soon. And this word becomes a seed in the person's heart, and the person goes around thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have cancer. Oh my God, I'm going to... Before you know it, you know how the mind works. It sends a message to the brain. Then the body starts to react that way. I don't know if this makes sense to you. Yes. So the next agreement is, do not take anything personal. This basically, for me, reinforced the concept of detachment. Like, I don't believe in being attached to anything. Like, do not take anything personal. Do not take anything personal, because nothing others do to you is because of you. It is because of themselves. All people live in their own dreams, in their own mind. They are completely different words from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make assumptions that they know what is in our word, and we try to impose our word on their word. So not taking anything personal, it helps you basically like navigate life better. So when someone tells you are stupid, you don't care about that, because you don't take it personal. You are not attached to the idea. Do you understand? I'm trying to breeze through because this video is getting so long. The third agreement is do not make assumptions. What this is saying basically is ask questions. And there is a part of this do not make assumptions that actually like busted my head. Let me look for it. Okay, do not make assumptions. When you are confused about anything, or like, do not make assumptions. Always ask questions. Like, always make sure you ask questions and get answers. Now let me read this part. We make assumptions that, and now assumption works in this way. Somebody does something to you. You don't even, okay, you meet somebody, you want to get married, you assume that the person sees marriage the same way you see marriage. So you assume that your partner should know what you are thinking at every time. You assume that the next person, your friend, should understand what you're going through. But we are like different. We're from various backgrounds, we're not from the same background. So when we assume things, we're basically imposing our words and our belief system on others. And when we assume things out of what people do to us, we are hurting ourselves. Let me read this to you. We make assumptions that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume that others think what we think, feel what we feel, judge the way we judge. and abuse the way we abuse. This is the biggest assumption that humans make. This is why we have a fear of being ourselves around others, because we think people will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, blame us as we do ourselves. So even before others have a chance to reject us, we've already rejected ourselves. This is the way humans work. Do you understand? So don't make assumptions. When someone does something to you, don't assume. The last but not the least, the last but not the least agreement is do your best at all times. Always do your best. Now, I like to say this before I read the part of this chapter that actually struck me. Your best are in the morning when you just woke up and you're refreshed. It's not going to be the same best. Like, it's not the same quality as your best as your best when you are down and tired from the day. Do you get? So that's all you should know. So at all times, when you are tired, do your best. When you are not, do your best. So don't beat up yourself when your best at your downtime cannot measure with your best at your high time. Do you get? So I'm coming. Yes. So the part of the chapter that struck me, there was a man who wanted to transcend his suffering. So he went to a Buddhist temple to find a master to help him. He went to the master and asked, "Master, if I meditate 4 hours a day, how long will it take me to transcend?" The master looked at him and said, "If you meditate 4 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 10 years. Thinking he could do better, the man then said, "Oh master, what if I meditated 8 hours a day? How long would it take me to transcend?" The master looked at him and said, "If you meditate 8 hours a day, perhaps you will transcend in 20 years. But why will it take me longer if I meditate more?" The man asked. The master replied, "You are not here to sacrifice the joy. You are not here to sacrifice your joy or your life. You are here to live, to be happy, to love. So if you can do your best in 2 hours of meditation, but you spend 8 hours instead, you would only grow tired and miss the point, and you won't enjoy life. Do your best, and perhaps you will learn that no matter how long you meditate, you can live, love, and be happy." What this says basically is, all the times that we try to put in unsolicited efforts into things, when in real sense, just do your best in real time so that you can enjoy life. Yeah. So lastly, the conclusion of this whole book is, I don't think I'm even doing justice to it, but this book changed my life. This book changed my mindset. I'm trying to get to the parts where I read and then peace out. I'll say peace out to you. Okay. When we honor these 4 agreements together, there is no way we will live in hell. When you honor these 4 agreements, when you don't go against yourself with your own words by speaking against yourself or speaking against others with your own words, when you don't make assumptions, when you don't take this personally, and when you always do your best at all times, you'll basically be afloat of life. That's what it says basically. So please check out this book. Check out the details of the book in the description below. Check out DeeXchefK, because it's time to actually make the most of your life by applying the lessons from this book. Get the book, read the book, and let me know what you think about the book when you are done reading it. Come back to this video and comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're subscribed, thank you. If you're not, hit the subscribe button before you leave. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.